Sit back, relax, and welcome to Reading Hours. Today's book is Mistborn, Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson. Please let us know in the comments from where you are watching or if there is a book you want us to summarize in future. The air crackles with the familiar scent of industry and a hint of something more, something magical, as we step back into the vibrant, gas lamp-lit world of Scadrial. Welcome to Reading Hours, and today we're delving deep into Mistborn, Shadows of Self, the fifth book in Brandon Sanderson's epic Mistborn saga and the second in the Wax and Wane series, set centuries after the events of the original trilogy. This isn't just a fantasy novel. It's a meticulously crafted blend of mystery, steampunk, and intricate magical systems that has captivated millions. Shadows of Self continues to build upon the rich lore of the final empire, exploring the evolution of a society grappling with technological advancement alongside ancient powers. It deepens our understanding of the gods, the magic, and the very nature of identity within Sanderson's Cosmere. The book tackles themes of justice, personal responsibility, and the struggle to reconcile one's past with their present, all while delivering the fast-paced action and clever world-building that are hallmarks of Sanderson's genius. It's a story that challenges its characters, pushing them to confront their deepest fears and the shadows that lie within themselves. There are no major controversies surrounding Shadows of Self, but its exploration of dual identities and the psychological toll of power certainly sparks fascinating discussions among readers. So settle in, because we're about to embark on a journey through the heart of Elendel, where danger lurks in the shadows and the line between hero and villain becomes increasingly blurred. Get ready to unravel the mysteries of Shadows of Self, a true masterclass in fantasy storytelling that leaves an indelible mark on the soul. Our story opens amidst the bustling, steam-powered metropolis of Elendel, a city that has risen from the ashes of the final empire to embrace an era of industrial revolution and burgeoning modernity. We find Lord Waxillium Ladrian, a lawman by nature and a nobleman by reluctant necessity, attempting to navigate the labyrinthine complexities of high society, a world he never truly belonged to during his years as a rough and tumble lawman in the roughs. Despite his efforts to embrace his role as head of House Ladrian, the pull of justice and the thrill of the chase remain powerful forces within him, a constant reminder of the life he left behind. He finds himself grappling with the intricacies of Elendel's political landscape, the ever-present threat of crime, and the subtle manipulations of the city's elite. Wax is a man caught between two worlds, the refined elegance of the aristocracy and the gritty pragmatism of the frontier. His struggle is palpable, a silent battle waged within his own mind as he tries to reconcile his duty to his house with his inherent desire to protect the innocent and punish the wicked. He still carries the weight of past traumas, particularly the loss of Lessie, a wound that never truly heals, merely scars over, only to be reopened by the slightest touch of memory. This personal grief often manifests as a quiet melancholy, a somber undertone to his otherwise sharp wit and formidable resolve. His partnership with Wane, a roguish but brilliant shapeshifter and master of disguises, provides a much-needed counterpoint to his stoic demeanor, their banter a delightful and often humorous interlude amidst the gravitas of their investigations. Wayne, ever the eccentric, continues to provide comic relief and surprising insights, his unique approach to problem-solving often proving invaluable. Their friendship is a cornerstone of the narrative, a testament to their unwavering loyalty and the unspoken understanding that exists between them. They are more than partners, they are brothers in arms, bound by shared experiences and a mutual respect that transcends their vastly different personalities. The city itself, Elendel, is a character in its own right, its towering skyscrapers and intricate network of canals reflecting the ambition and ingenuity of its inhabitants. Yet, beneath the gleaming facade of progress, a darker current flows, a rising tide of crime and social unrest that threatens to engulf the burgeoning metropolis. The disparity between the opulent lives of the wealthy elite and the struggling existence of the working class creates a volatile environment, ripe for exploitation by those who seek to sow discord and profit from chaos. Wax and Wayne, as unofficial guardians of justice, find themselves constantly pitted against these forces, their investigations often leading them into the grimy underbelly of the city, far from the polished ballrooms and elegant parlors of the upper crust. The Steel Ministry, though reformed and no longer the tyrannical force of the final empire, still holds significant sway, its influence felt throughout the city's legal and political systems. Even Harmony, the benevolent deity who shaped this new world, occasionally intervenes, his presence a comforting yet sometimes enigmatic force in the lives of his people. The story begins with a seemingly straightforward case, a series of perplexing kidnappings targeting individuals with unique allomantic abilities. These are not random abductions. They are precise, calculated operations, executed with a disturbing level of sophistication. The victims are not being held for ransom or political leverage. Their very identities seem to be the target. The motives behind these disappearances remain shrouded in mystery, baffling even the seasoned investigators of the Elendel Constabulary. The victims, though not necessarily prominent figures, possess a common thread. They are either powerful allomancers or ferrochemists, individuals whose unique abilities make them valuable commodities to those with nefarious intentions. The initial leads are scarce, the perpetrators leaving behind minimal evidence, almost as if they vanished into thin air. This deliberate lack of clues only intensifies the frustration of the law enforcement agencies, who find themselves chasing ghosts in a city teeming with life. Wax, with his keen intellect and formidable allomantic powers, is uniquely suited to unravel such a complex web of deceit. His ability to manipulate metals, pushing and pulling on them with precise control, allows him to navigate the urban landscape with an uncanny agility, often giving him an advantage over his adversaries. Yet, even with his extraordinary abilities, he finds himself struggling to grasp the true nature of the threat. The kidnappings are unlike anything he has encountered before, defying conventional criminal motives and methods. As he and Wayne begin their investigation, they quickly discover that the disappearances are merely the tip of the iceberg, a prelude to a far more sinister plot that threatens to destabilize the very foundations of Elendel. The deeper they delve, the more unsettling the clues become, hinting at a hidden enemy who possesses an intimate knowledge of allomancy and feruchemy, an enemy who operates with a chilling precision and an almost supernatural ability to evade detection. The city, once a symbol of progress and hope, now feels increasingly vulnerable, its prosperity threatened by an unseen hand. The shadows, once merely a part of the urban landscape, now seem to harbor something far more dangerous, something that preys on the unsuspecting and manipulates the very fabric of society. As Wax and Wayne dive deeper into the perplexing series of kidnappings, the investigation quickly takes a turn from standard criminal activity to something far more insidious, hinting at a deeper, more personal connection to Wax's own past and the very essence of his being. The victims, initially appearing to be a disparate group, begin to reveal a disturbing pattern. They are all individuals with a unique link to the elusive organization known as the Set, a shadowy criminal enterprise that has plagued Elendel for years, and which Wax has spent a considerable portion of his life fighting against. The Set, with its intricate network of operatives and its cunning leaders, represents a constant thorn in the side of law enforcement, their motives often shrouded in secrecy, and their methods ruthlessly efficient. This connection immediately raises red flags for Wax, stirring dormant anxieties, and reawakening the specter of his personal vendetta against the organization that has caused him so much grief. He recognizes the hallmarks of their operations, the precise planning, the calculated cruelty, and the uncanny ability to manipulate events from behind the scenes. However, this time, there's a distinct difference, an unsettling shift in their modus operandi that makes these kidnappings particularly perplexing. It's not just about power or profit. There's a more abstract, almost scientific curiosity at play, as if the Set is conducting a grand experiment with human lives. The victims are not just being taken, they are being studied, their unique allomantic and feruchemical abilities being probed and exploited in ways that are both horrifying and unprecedented. As Wax and Wayne follow the increasingly convoluted trail of clues, they encounter a new, enigmatic figure who quickly becomes the focal point of their investigation, a woman named Bleeder. Her presence is a disruptive force, challenging their perceptions of reality and pushing them to confront uncomfortable truths about identity, purpose, and the very nature of the soul. Bleeder is not merely a criminal. She is a master manipulator, capable of shifting her physical form and personality with unsettling ease, making her an elusive and infuriating adversary. Her ability to mimic others with such perfection makes it incredibly difficult to track her movements, let alone predict her next move. She is a phantom, a whisper in the wind, leaving behind a trail of confusion and terror. The psychological warfare she wages is as potent as any physical attack, undermining the very trust and certainty that law enforcement relies upon. What makes Bleeder particularly disturbing is her apparent connection to Wax's own past. Her cryptic messages and calculated actions seem specifically designed to torment him, to exploit his vulnerabilities, and force him to confront the unresolved issues that still haunt him. It's as if she knows his deepest fears, his most profound regrets, and uses them as weapons against him. This personal targeting adds an urgent and emotional dimension to the investigation, transforming it from a routine case into a desperate pursuit, a quest for self-discovery as much as a hunt for a criminal. The more they learn about Bleeder, the more complex and disturbing her motives become. She seems driven by a twisted sense of justice, a desire to expose the hypocrisy and corruption she perceives in Elendel society, particularly among the elite. Her methods are extreme, her actions brutal, but there's an undeniable logic to her madness, a coherent if warped ideology that fuels her reign of terror. She sees herself as a righteous avenger, a necessary evil in a world that has strayed from its moral compass. Her ability to flawlessly impersonate individuals, coupled with her deep understanding of the city's power structures, allows her to infiltrate the highest echelons of society, sowing discord and suspicion wherever she goes. Trust becomes a fragile commodity, as anyone could be Bleeder in disguise, their words and actions twisted to serve her agenda. This pervasive sense of paranoia ripples through Elendel, creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. Wax finds himself questioning everyone, even those closest to him, a constant internal struggle between his rational mind and the gnawing suspicion that anyone could be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wayne, with his uncanny ability to read people and his own mastery of disguise, provides a unique perspective, often seeing through Bleeder's deceptions before anyone else. His eccentric methods, though often unconventional, prove surprisingly effective in unraveling her intricate web of lies. Their dynamic continues to be a source of strength, their combined skills and contrasting personalities forming a formidable investigative duo. However, even Wayne finds himself increasingly challenged by Bleeder's cunning, acknowledging her as a truly formidable and unpredictable opponent. The very fabric of reality seems to bend around Bleeder, her identity shifting like smoke, leaving behind a trail of confusion and doubt. The investigation transforms into a desperate chase, a battle of wits between a determined lawman and a shape-shifting phantom who seems to embody the very shadows of Elendel. As the investigation into Bleeder intensifies, Wax's personal life becomes inextricably intertwined with the escalating crisis. His past regrets and unresolved emotional baggage manifesting as tangible obstacles in his pursuit of the elusive shapeshifter. Marasi Combs, the brilliant and resourceful constable who has become an invaluable asset to Wax and Wayne's team, finds herself caught in the crosshairs of Bleeder's machinations, adding another layer of urgency and emotional stakes to the already perilous situation. Marasi, with her keen intellect and her unique ability to manipulate time through her cadmium allomancy, proves to be a formidable investigator in her own right, her analytical mind often providing crucial insights that elude her more experienced counterparts. Her genuine affection for Wax and her unwavering commitment to justice make her a deeply sympathetic character, and her vulnerability to Bleeder's schemes highlights the pervasive danger that now grips Elendel. The romantic tension between Marasi and Wax, though subtle, adds a complex emotional undercurrent to their professional partnership. Their unspoken feelings create moments of awkwardness and tenderness, a quiet understanding that hints at a deeper connection. However, their relationship is constantly overshadowed by the looming threat of Bleeder and the lingering ghost of Lessie, Wax's former love, who continues to cast a long shadow over his heart. Marasi, ever perceptive, understands the depth of Wax's grief and respects his process, even as she yearns for a deeper connection. Simultaneously, Steris Harms, Wax's fiancée by arrangement, finds herself increasingly drawn into the chaotic events, her meticulous planning and practical nature proving surprisingly useful in the face of Bleeder's unpredictable tactics. Steris, initially presented as a somewhat rigid and socially awkward figure, slowly reveals layers of complexity and inner strength. Her commitment to her family and her unyielding sense of duty make her a valuable ally, even if her methods are often unconventional. Her dry wit and her ability to organize even the most chaotic situations provide a much-needed anchor amidst the escalating madness. While her engagement to Wax is primarily a matter of political and familial alliance, a genuine, if unconventional, affection begins to blossom between them, a testament to their mutual respect and an unlikely compatibility. The complexities of these relationships, the lingering affection for Lessie, the burgeoning connection with Marasi, and the evolving understanding with Steris create a rich tapestry of emotional conflict within Wax, forcing him to confront his own vulnerabilities and the true desires of his heart. He is a man torn between duty and desire, responsibility and redemption. Bleeder, in her cruel brilliance, expertly exploits these emotional vulnerabilities, using her ability to mimic and manipulate to sow discord and doubt among Wax's closest allies. She appears as Lessie, preying on Wax's grief and guilt, whispering promises of a past that can never be reclaimed. She takes on the guise of Marasi, undermining her credibility and creating distrust within the constabulary. She even impersonates Steris, attempting to sabotage Wax's family alliances and expose his deepest insecurities. These psychological attacks are just as devastating as any physical assault, eroding Wax's confidence and making him question the very fabric of his relationships. The constant threat of impersonation creates a pervasive sense of paranoia, turning every familiar face into a potential foe. Who can be trusted when anyone can be Bleeder? This question hangs heavy in the air, a chilling reminder of the enemy's insidious power. The sheer audacity of Bleeder's tactics pushes Wax to his emotional limits, forcing him to confront the traumatic experiences of his past and the profound impact they have had on his present. The memories of Lessie, once a source of comfort, now become a weapon wielded against him, twisting his love into a source of torment. He finds himself battling not only a cunning criminal, but also his own inner demons, a struggle that threatens to consume him. The weight of his past mistakes, the unresolved grief, and the responsibility he feels for the people he cares about combine to create an immense psychological burden. Yet it is precisely this internal struggle that ultimately strengthens his resolve, refining his focus and deepening his understanding of himself. He learns to distinguish between true connection and manipulative imitation, to trust his instincts even when his eyes deceive him. The threat of Bleeder ultimately forces Wax to reconcile with his past, to embrace his present relationships, and to fight for the future he desires. As the hunt for Bleeder intensifies, Wax and Wayne find themselves increasingly relying on the unique insights and unconventional methods of their allies, particularly the eccentric but brilliant Constable General Elendel, who brings a fresh perspective to the baffling case. Elendel, with his meticulous nature and his unwavering dedication to justice, often provides the crucial piece of information or the unexpected leap of logic that propels the investigation forward when all other avenues seem exhausted. His vast knowledge of Elendel's criminal underworld, coupled with his keen understanding of allomancy and feruchemy, makes him an invaluable asset. He is a man of routines and precise observations, a stark contrast to Wayne's chaotic brilliance, yet their synergy proves surprisingly effective. While Elendel's methods may sometimes seem pedantic, his unwavering commitment to details often uncovers vital clues that others might overlook. His presence provides a much-needed sense of stability amidst the escalating chaos. Meanwhile, the political landscape of Elendel, already fraught with tensions between the powerful houses and the burgeoning democratic institutions, becomes even more volatile under Bleeder's insidious influence. Her targeted attacks and her ability to impersonate key figures among the elite create widespread paranoia and distrust, threatening to unravel the fragile social order. No one is safe, and no one can be truly trusted as the specter of Bleeder's deception looms over every social gathering and political negotiation. The once solid foundations of Elendel's society begin to crack under the pressure, the fear of infiltration making even the most mundane interactions fraught with suspicion. The social elite, accustomed to their privileged positions, find themselves increasingly vulnerable, their carefully constructed lives crumbling under the weight of Bleeder's psychological warfare. Wax and Wayne, though focused on apprehending Bleeder, cannot ignore the wider implications of her actions. They are not just hunting a criminal, they are fighting to preserve the very fabric of their society. The threat to Elendel is not merely physical, it is existential, challenging the city's sense of security and its belief in justice. As they chase down Lades, the investigation takes them to various locations throughout the sprawling city, from the opulent ballrooms of the noble houses to the grimy industrial districts and the hidden underground networks. Each new location reveals another piece of the puzzle, another clue to Bleeder's motives and her ultimate goal. They encounter a diverse array of characters, some helpful, some obstructive, each interaction adding to the intricate tapestry of the narrative. They delve into the city's historical archives, seeking precedents for such a unique form of criminality. They interrogate witnesses, analyze forensic evidence, and employ every available resource, both conventional and unconventional, in their relentless pursuit. The pursuit itself is a testament to their unwavering determination, their refusal to give up in the face of overwhelming odds. The action sequences are meticulously choreographed, showcasing Sanderson's mastery of allomantic and ferrochemical combat. Wax, with his ability to manipulate weight and his precision with a gun, engages in thrilling shootouts and daring acrobatic maneuvers, often using his steel-pushing and iron-pulling to navigate the urban environment with unparalleled agility. Wayne, with his mastery of disguises and his ability to alter his speed and healing through his gold and bendalloy ferrochemy, provides invaluable support, often distracting opponents or creating diversions with his signature brand of chaotic brilliance. Their combined powers create a dynamic and visually exciting combat style that keeps readers on the edge of their seats. However, amidst the exhilarating action, the philosophical implications of Bleeder's identity begin to emerge. Her ability to flawlessly mimic others raises profound questions about the nature of the soul, the essence of identity, and the boundaries of consciousness. Is she truly a separate entity, or is she merely a reflection, a twisted echo of those she impersonates? These questions add a layer of intellectual depth to the narrative, inviting readers to ponder the very essence of what it means to be human in a world where identity can be so easily manipulated. The more they learn about Bleeder, the more ambiguous her villainy becomes. Is she merely a deranged criminal, or is she a symptom of a deeper societal illness, a manifestation of the collective shadows that lurk within Elendel? This moral ambiguity adds a captivating complexity to her character, making her far more than a one-dimensional antagonist. The lines between right and wrong blur, forcing Wax and the reader to grapple with uncomfortable truths about justice and revenge. The mystery surrounding Bleeder's true identity deepens, leading Wax and Wayne down a rabbit hole of philosophical inquiry and unsettling revelations that challenge their very understanding of allomancy, ferrochemy, and the divine intervention of harmony. As they meticulously piece together the fragmented clues, they begin to suspect that Bleeder is not merely a master shapeshifter, but something far more extraordinary, a being intricately linked to the very essence of the twin-born abilities. The evidence points to an unprecedented connection, an almost symbiotic relationship with the powers of allomancy and ferrochemy, allowing her to not just mimic but seemingly absorb the identities and even the unique magical signatures of her victims. This unprecedented ability goes beyond anything known in the history of Scadrial, pushing the boundaries of what was previously thought possible within the magical system. It suggests a deliberate manipulation of the metallic arts, a perversion of their natural order. The realization is a chilling one, for it implies a level of scientific and magical expertise that points to a far greater power behind Bleeder's actions. The whispers of the Set, the shadowy organization that has plagued Elendel for generations, grow louder, their involvement becoming undeniable. It becomes clear that Bleeder is not just an rogue operative, but a key component in a much larger, more ambitious scheme orchestrated by the Set. Their goal, it seems, is nothing less than the systematic unraveling of Elendel's social and political fabric, using Bleeder as their ultimate weapon of chaos. The set's motives remain shrouded in mystery, their ultimate objectives hinted at but never fully revealed, adding another layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. Their reach is vast, their influence insidious, and their patience seemingly infinite. They operate from the shadows, manipulating events and individuals with a chilling precision, their presence a constant, unseen threat. As the investigation progresses, Wax experiences increasingly vivid and disturbing visions, glimpses into the mind of Bleeder, which further complicate his understanding of her. These visions are not merely random images. They are fragments of memories, echoes of a shared consciousness, hinting at a profound and unsettling connection between them. These psychic intrusions are deeply disorienting, blurring the lines between his own thoughts and Bleeder's, making it difficult for him to distinguish reality from illusion. They are a manifestation of the spiritual connection that exists between them, a terrifying byproduct of Bleeder's unique abilities. He sees flashes of her past, fragmented glimpses of her pain and her motivations, which, while not excusing her actions, provide a chilling context for her malevolence. He starts to realize that her malice is not born of simple evil, but from a profound and misguided sense of justice, a twisted desire to rectify what she perceives as fundamental injustices in the world. These visions are not merely plot devices, they are a profound exploration of empathy and the nature of villainy. They force Wax to confront the uncomfortable truth that his adversary is not a faceless monster, but a complex being, albeit one driven to extreme and destructive measures. He grapples with the ethical implications of these visions, the moral dilemma of understanding his enemy without condoning her actions. The revelation that Bleeder is, in fact, a Kandra, a sentient shape-shifting creature made of bones and mist, adds another layer of profound philosophical and theological implications. This disclosure fundamentally alters Wax's perception of the enemy, transforming her from a mere criminal into a being with a deeper, more tragic history. Kandra, once loyal servants of harmony, now appear to be manipulated and perverted for the set's nefarious ends. The discovery highlights the set's disturbing ingenuity and their willingness to exploit even the most sacred of beings for their own gain. The Kandra's ability to consume and perfectly mimic the physical form of others, combined with their spiritual connection to the deceased, makes Bleeder an almost unstoppable force. This revelation about her nature fundamentally shifts the stakes of the conflict. She is not merely impersonating others, she is quite literally consuming their essence, their identities, and their very souls. This knowledge transforms the hunt into a desperate battle for the very soul of Elendel, a fight against a force that threatens to erase individuality and replace it with a horrifying uniformity. The concept of identity itself becomes a central theme, explored through Bleeder's ability to wear the skin of others, challenging the traditional notions of self and consciousness. If a being can perfectly replicate another, down to their thoughts and memories, then what truly defines an individual? The book delves into these profound questions, leaving the reader to ponder the implications of such a power. The astonishing revelation of Bleeder's true identity as a Kandra sends shockwaves through Wax and Wayne, deepening the mystery and elevating the stakes of their investigation to an existential level. This is no longer just a hunt for a master criminal. It is a desperate attempt to understand and neutralize a being whose very existence challenges the foundational principles of their world. Kandra, once revered for their unique ability to consume and mimic, are now revealed to be capable of a far more sinister form of manipulation, raising unsettling questions about the nature of identity, consciousness, and the moral boundaries of their powers. Bleeder is not merely wearing the skin of others. She is, in a terrifying sense, embodying them, absorbing their memories, their personalities, and even their allomantic and ferochemical abilities. This goes beyond simple impersonation. It is a complete, albeit temporary, transformation, blurring the lines between original and copy in a way that is profoundly unsettling. The concept of a Kandra, a being traditionally seen as a loyal servant of harmony, now twisted into a weapon of chaos by the set, highlights the insidious reach of the shadowy organization. They have corrupted a sacred trust, perverted a unique form of life for their own nefarious ends. This corruption of a fundamental aspect of Scadrial's magical ecosystem underscores the set's terrifying ambition and their willingness to exploit any means to achieve their objectives. The realization that Bleeder is a Kandra also brings to light a devastating personal connection for Wax. Through the continued, increasingly vivid visions and the fragments of Bleeder's memories that invade his mind, he begins to understand the horrifying truth. Bleeder is a manifestation of the memories and personality of Lessie, his beloved former partner, whose death has haunted him for years. This revelation is a gut-wrenching blow, ripping open old wounds and forcing Wax to confront the trauma he has long suppressed. The Kandra, in their perfect mimicry, not only assume the physical form, but also the very essence of the deceased, making Bleeder a living, breathing echo of Lessie, albeit a twisted and malevolent one. This knowledge transforms the chase into a deeply personal and emotionally agonizing struggle. Wax is no longer just pursuing a criminal. He is confronting the ghost of his past, a warped reflection of the woman he loved. The emotional weight of this discovery is immense, forcing him to grapple with unimaginable grief and the profound ethical dilemma of fighting someone who wears the face of his beloved. How can he fight Lessie, even if she is a monstrous perversion of the woman he knew? This internal conflict threatens to paralyze him, blurring the lines of justice and vengeance. The narrative delves deep into the psychological impact of this revelation on Wax, exploring his torment, his confusion, and his unwavering determination to find a way to save, or at least understand, this twisted version of Lessie. His grief is raw and palpable, his sense of responsibility for Lessie's death intensified by her horrifying return. He is forced to confront the darkest corners of his memory, revisiting the moments of their shared past, now seen through the lens of this disturbing new reality. The emotional intensity is amplified by the fact that Bleeder is not simply a doppelganger, but a living vessel for Lessie's past. This unique connection between Wax and Bleeder, a result of the Kandra's nature and the circumstances of Lessie's death, reveals a complex interplay of hemalurgy and the spiritual aspects of allomancy. Hemallurgy, the art of stealing powers through spikes, has played a significant role in the history of Scadrial, and its dark influence is clearly at play in Bleeder's creation. Her existence is a testament to the set's mastery of these dark arts, their ability to manipulate even the most profound aspects of life and death. The revelation suggests that Bleeder is not merely a Kandra who has adopted Lessie's form, but rather a Kandra created or influenced by Lessie's residual spirit, or a hemallurgic spike containing part of Lessie's essence. This intricate magical explanation adds another layer of complexity to Sanderson's already rich world building, showcasing the depth and interconnectedness of his Cosmere. The more Wax understands Bleeder's origins, the more he realizes the profound and tragic nature of her existence. She is a victim as much as she is a villain, a pawn in a larger game, her malevolence a twisted byproduct of external manipulation. The story transforms into a poignant exploration of memory, loss, and the enduring power of love, even in its darkest and most distorted forms. Wax is forced to confront the uncomfortable truth that sometimes the greatest evils are born from the deepest wounds, and that the shadows of the past can manifest in terrifyingly real ways. His journey becomes one of both external pursuit and internal introspection, a desperate quest to bring peace to the soul of the woman he loved, even if that peace means confronting the monstrous reality she has become. As the shocking truth of Bleeder's connection to Lessie reverberates through Wax's mind, the narrative pivots to a profound exploration of identity, memory, and the enduring impact of grief. The emotional stakes are higher than ever, and the philosophical underpinnings of the Cosmere are brought to the forefront as Wax grapples with the horrifying reality of fighting a twisted manifestation of the woman he loved. The Kandra's ability to perfectly mimic not only physical form, but also personality and memory raises profound questions about what truly constitutes an individual. If Bleeder can so perfectly embody Lessie, down to her mannerisms and even her allomantic quirks, then where does Lessie end and Bleeder begin? Is there a remnant of the true Lessie within this monstrous creation, or is she merely a horrifying echo, a spectral imitation? This existential dilemma torments Wax, adding a layer of moral ambiguity to his every action. He is forced to reconcile his duty as a lawman with the agonizing personal connection to his adversary. Every punch thrown, every bullet fired feels like a betrayal, a further desecration of Lessie's memory. The pursuit becomes a desperate quest for answers, a search for a way to sever the painful link between his past and the horrifying present. The visions that plagued Wax earlier now intensify, becoming more vivid and intrusive, blurring the lines between his reality and Bleeder's warped perception. He sees fragments of Lessie's life, her memories twisted and corrupted by Bleeder's malevolent influence. These visions are not just disturbing, they are a direct assault on Wax's sanity, designed to break his resolve and exploit his deepest vulnerabilities. He experiences not only Lessie's past, but also the Kandra's own fragmented, manipulated consciousness, revealing the pain and confusion that lie beneath Bleeder's cruel exterior. This psychic link, a cruel byproduct of Bleeder's nature and possibly a deeper connection tied to hemalurgy, allows for an unprecedented level of psychological warfare. It's a battle fought not just with bullets and steel, but with memories and emotions, a brutal assault on Wax's very soul. The narrative masterfully portrays Wax's internal struggle, his desperate attempts to maintain his composure and focus amidst the onslaught of grief and existential dread. He clings to the unwavering support of Wayne and Marasi, their loyalty providing a much-needed anchor in a world that feels increasingly unstable. Wayne, despite his usual levity, recognizes the profound pain Wax is experiencing and offers his own unique brand of comfort and solidarity. Marasi, with her empathetic nature and her keen understanding of the human psyche, becomes a crucial sounding board for Wax, helping him to process the overwhelming emotions and maintain his grip on reality. Their collective efforts become a testament to the strength of their bond, a shining example of friendship prevailing even in the darkest of times. The investigation further unravels the set's cunning plan, revealing their deliberate manipulation of the Kandra and their grand scheme to sow discord and chaos within Elendel. It becomes clear that Bleeder is not the ultimate architect of this terror, but a powerful pawn in a much larger game. The set, with their vast resources and their shadowy network, are revealed to be far more dangerous and far-reaching than previously imagined. Their motives, while still partially obscured, hint at a desire for power and control, a ruthless ambition to reshape Scadrial in their own twisted image. The very fabric of the city is being undermined, its trust eroded, its institutions compromised. The scale of their ambition is chilling, and the sophistication of their methods is terrifying. The climax of this part of the story centers around a series of escalating confrontations between Wax and Bleeder, each encounter more intense and emotionally charged than the last. These battles are not merely physical, they are psychological warfare, with Bleeder constantly preying on Wax's love for Lessie, using her mimicry to inflict maximum emotional pain. She taunts him with Lessie's voice, her memories, her expressions, forcing Wax to confront the agonizing reality that he is fighting a ghost wearing the face of his past. The fight choreography remains a highlight, showcasing Sanderson's ability to weave intricate allomantic and ferrochemical maneuvers into breathtaking action sequences. Wax, despite his internal torment, fights with a renewed sense of purpose, fueled by a desperate hope that somehow, somewhere within Bleeder, a piece of Lessie might still exist, waiting to be saved. The battles are a brutal dance between power and pain, a testament to Wax's unwavering resolve in the face of unimaginable heartbreak. The escalating conflict with Bleeder reaches its terrifying crescendo as Wax, driven by a desperate hope to find a way to reach the remnants of Lessie within the Kandra, corners her in a series of climactic confrontations. These battles are not mere displays of allomantic prowess, they are emotionally charged duels, each blow a testament to Wax's torment and Bleeder's twisted purpose. The settings for these final encounters are carefully chosen, often public and symbolic locations within Elendel, amplifying the drama and showcasing the widespread fear, and chaos Bleeder has sown throughout the city. From the grand, echoing halls of a government building to the bustling, steam-filled streets, the fights are a spectacle of destruction and emotional turmoil. Wax, wielding his twin revolvers and his allomantic abilities with devastating precision, pushes and pulls on metals with an almost desperate energy. He utilizes his steel pushing to propel himself through the air, dodging Bleeder's attacks with breathtaking agility, and his iron pulling to manipulate the environment, turning ordinary objects into improvised weapons or shields. Wayne, ever the unpredictable wild card, provides invaluable assistance, his Bendalloy bubbles slowing down time to create strategic openings, and his gold Farrakami allowing him to heal rapidly from Bleeder's brutal attacks. His disguises and distractions continue to be a crucial element, constantly throwing Bleeder off balance and creating opportunities for Wax to strike. Marasi, with her cadmium allomancy, strategically uses speed bubbles to control the flow of the battle, creating windows of opportunity for her allies or disrupting Bleeder's movements. Her analytical mind and sharp shooting provide crucial support, showcasing her growth as a law enforcement officer. Steris, despite not possessing allomantic powers, proves her worth through her meticulous planning and her surprising ability to navigate the chaos, often providing crucial intelligence or coordinating external resources that aid Wax and Wayne. Her presence, while not directly combat-oriented, is a testament to her unwavering support and a subtle reminder of the life Wax is fighting to protect. The action is relentless, a whirlwind of flying bullets, clanging metal, and shattering glass, yet beneath the surface of the physical struggle lies a profound emotional battle. Bleeder, in her cruel brilliance, continues to exploit Wax's emotional vulnerabilities, taking on the guise of Lessie, taunting him with their shared memories, twisting his love into a weapon against him. She uses Lessie's voice, her mannerisms, her expressions, inflicting profound psychological pain with every calculated move. Wax, despite the agony, fights through the haze of grief and confusion, refusing to succumb to her manipulations. He understands that this is not truly Lessie, but a corrupted echo, a horrifying perversion of the woman he loved. His determination to bring justice, even if it means destroying a part of his past, becomes a powerful driving force. The climax culminates in a desperate confrontation where the truth about Bleeder's creation and her connection to the set is fully unraveled. It is revealed that the set, in their pursuit of control and power, had experimented with hemallurgy, specifically targeting a Kandra and imbuing it with the residual memories and personality of Lessie. This horrifying act was designed to create a being that could infiltrate and manipulate Elendel society with unparalleled effectiveness, using Wax's emotional ties as a tool for their larger machinations. The set's ultimate goal is revealed to be a far-reaching conspiracy, aiming to destabilize the existing power structures and seize control of the city, using Bleeder as a catalyst for chaos. They seek to exploit the anxieties and divisions within Elendel, preying on the inherent distrust between the powerful noble houses and the common citizens. Their ambition extends beyond mere criminal enterprise, It is a calculated attempt to reshape the very fabric of society according to their own twisted ideology. The realization that Bleeder is a victim as much as a villain, a pawn in a much grander and darker game, adds another layer of tragic complexity to the narrative. Her malevolence is not inherent but a byproduct of her creation, a distorted reflection of Lessie's pain and the set's manipulation. This revelation forces Wax to confront the uncomfortable truth that sometimes even the most monstrous acts are born from the pain of others, and that the line between victim and perpetrator can be terrifyingly thin. The profound impact of these revelations weighs heavily on Wax, transforming his pursuit from one of vengeance to a desperate attempt to find a semblance of peace for Lessie's memory, even if it means bringing a painful end to Bleeder's reign of terror. He is fighting for both justice and a measure of personal closure, a desperate attempt to put the ghost of his past to rest and to protect the future of Elendel. In the harrowing aftermath of the climactic confrontation with Bleeder, Wax finds himself reeling, not just from the physical toll of the battle, but from the profound emotional and psychological wounds inflicted by the encounter. The ghost of Lessie, embodied in Bleeder, has been a constant source of torment, forcing Wax to relive the trauma of her death and the complexities of his unresolved grief. Now, with Bleeder's defeat, a fragile, hard-won peace begins to settle over Wax, though it is a peace tinged with melancholy and a lingering sense of loss. The resolution of Bleeder's storyline brings a form of closure, but it is not a clean or easy one. The knowledge that a Kandra was imbued with Lessie's essence leaves a profound and unsettling mark on Wax, forcing him to confront the disturbing implications of hemalurgy and the set's horrifying disregard for life and identity. He grapples with the ethical and philosophical questions raised by Bleeder's existence. Was she truly Lessie, or merely a grotesque parody? Was there ever a way to save her, or was her destruction the only possible outcome? These questions linger, haunting his thoughts and deepening his understanding of the fragility of identity and the corrupting influence of power. The impact of Bleeder's reign of terror on Elendel is significant and far-reaching. The city, once a bastion of progress and order, has been shaken to its core. Trust has been eroded, fear has permeated the populace, and the fragile peace between the various factions of society has been severely tested. The set's insidious influence is now openly acknowledged, forcing the Elendel Constabulary and the Steel Ministry to re-evaluate their strategies and confront the larger, more pervasive threat that lingers in the shadows. The revelations about the set's deeper agenda, their ultimate goal of seizing control of Scadrial, ignite a new urgency in the fight against them. It becomes clear that Bleeder was merely a pawn in a much larger, more ambitious game, and that the true architects of chaos still lurk in the background, patiently waiting for their next move. The city is left in a state of heightened alert, its citizens wary, its leaders grappling with the aftermath of the unprecedented psychological warfare waged by Bleeder. Wax, though exhausted, is forced to recognize that his battle against the set is far from over. In fact, it has only just begun. The ending of Shadows of Self subtly shifts the narrative focus, setting the stage for future conflicts and deepening the overarching mysteries of the Cosmere. Wax's understanding of harmony, the benevolent deity who shaped Scadrial after the events of the original Mistborn trilogy, undergoes a significant evolution. He begins to see harmony not just as an omnipotent protector, but as a complex, burdened entity, struggling to maintain balance in a world constantly threatened by both internal and external forces. Harmony's subtle interventions and his enigmatic communications reveal a deity wrestling with his own limitations and the delicate balance between free will and divine guidance. The events of Shadows of Self also highlight the interconnectedness of the Cosmere, Sanderson's vast shared universe. Hints and subtle references to other worlds and powers reinforce the idea that Scadrial is just one piece of a much larger, grander tapestry. The set's motives, though still somewhat opaque, are increasingly tied to the broader conflicts and ambitions playing out across the Cosmere, suggesting that their reach extends far beyond Elendel. This expanded scope adds another layer of intrigue and anticipation for future installments, inviting readers to speculate on the larger implications of the events unfolding on Scadrial. The relationships between the main characters also undergo significant development. Wax and Wayne's bond is stronger than ever, forged in the crucible of shared danger and profound emotional trials. Their partnership is a testament to their unwavering loyalty and their complementary skills. Marasi, having proven her invaluable worth as an investigator and a compassionate ally, solidifies her place within their inner circle, her intelligence and empathy providing a crucial counterbalance to Wax's stoicism and Wayne's eccentricity. And Steris, once seen as merely a practical necessity, reveals a surprising depth of character and a quiet strength that solidifies her evolving relationship with Wax. Their unconventional romance, built on mutual respect and unexpected understanding, offers a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. The novel concludes with a sense of lingering unease, a feeling that while one battle has been won, the war is far from over. The shadows of self, both personal and societal, still loom large, and the characters are left to grapple with the consequences of their actions and the daunting challenges that lie ahead. The final scenes subtly hint at the next chapter, leaving readers with a profound sense of anticipation for the continuation of Wax and Wayne's journey in a world still grappling with its past and striving for a brighter, albeit uncertain, future. Following the harrowing confrontation with Bleeder, Waxillium Ladrian finds himself at a pivotal crossroads, his personal journey mirroring the broader shifts occurring within Elendel and the wider world of Scadrial. The psychological toll of battling a being that wore the face of his beloved lessee is immense, and the novel delves into the nuanced process of his healing and acceptance. This is not a swift recovery, but a gradual, painful one, characterized by moments of profound introspection and a deepening understanding of his own resilience. He grapples with the complexities of grief, the lingering guilt, and the unsettling realization that the past can manifest in terrifyingly real forms. Yet, through this struggle, Wax emerges a more refined, more introspective character, his sense of justice tempered by a newfound empathy for the nuances of human and Kandra nature. The experience solidifies his resolve, transforming him from a reluctant nobleman into a more fully realized hero, one who understands that true strength lies not just in power, but in vulnerability and the willingness to confront one's deepest fears. The political and social ramifications of Bleeder's actions reverberate throughout Elendel, serving as a stark reminder of the city's inherent vulnerabilities and the pervasive reach of the set. The societal trust that had slowly been building since the final empire is once again fractured, forcing the city's leaders to implement new security measures and to re-evaluate their intelligence-gathering capabilities. The constabulary, led by the stoic Constable General Elendel, embarks on a widespread campaign to root out the set's remaining operatives and to prevent future infiltrations. This ongoing effort highlights the constant tension between maintaining order and preserving individual liberties in a world where identity can be so easily manipulated. The narrative subtly emphasizes the increased vigilance of the populace, the lingering suspicion in the eyes of citizens, and the heightened awareness of the shadows that lurk beneath the gas lamp-lit streets. The threat of the set is no longer an abstract concept. It is a tangible, insidious force that has brought Elendel to its knees. The focus of the broader narrative shifts to the escalating conflict with the set, positioning them as the primary antagonists for future installments. Shadows of Self serves as a crucial foundational piece, revealing the depth of their cunning, their mastery of hemallurgy, and their chillingly ambitious goals. It becomes clear that the set is not merely a criminal organization. They are a well-funded, meticulously planned, and ideologically driven force seeking to reshape Scadrial according to their own agenda, potentially with wider Cosmere implications. Their shadowy leaders, known only by their code names, remain elusive, their motives hinted at but never fully exposed, creating a compelling sense of mystery and anticipation for their next move. The novel effectively escalates the threat, leaving readers with a clear understanding that the true battle against this formidable adversary has only just begun. The personal relationships that form the emotional core of the novel continue to evolve, offering glimmers of hope and human connection amidst the darkness. Wax's bond with Wayne, solidified through countless shared perils, deepens into a profound camaraderie, their contrasting personalities providing both comic relief and essential support. Their banter and their unwavering loyalty serve as a grounding force, reminding Wax of the enduring power of friendship. Marasi, having proven her mettle and her undeniable intelligence, becomes an even more integral part of their team, her analytical mind and her compassionate nature complementing Wax's more pragmatic approach. Her burgeoning feelings for Wax are acknowledged, though left in a state of delicate ambiguity, hinting at potential future developments without overshadowing the immediate narrative. Steris, once seen as a rather stiff and conventional fiancé, reveals surprising depths of character, her meticulous planning and quiet strength proving invaluable in the aftermath of Bleeder's attacks. Her unconventional relationship with Wax blossoms into a unique partnership built on mutual respect and understanding, demonstrating that love can manifest in unexpected forms. The book concludes with a poignant reflection on the themes of identity, responsibility, and the ongoing struggle between light and shadow. It reinforces the idea that even in a world shaped by gods and magic, the choices made by individuals and the battles fought within oneself ultimately define the future. The ending is not a neatly tied-up conclusion, but a powerful segue into the next chapter of Wax and Wayne's journey, leaving readers with a sense of anticipation and a profound appreciation for Sanderson's intricate world building and character development. It reminds us that the shadows of self are not always external. They often reside within, and it is through confronting these inner demons that true heroism is forged. Mistborn, Shadows of Self is more than just a thrilling fantasy novel. It's a masterful exploration of identity, grief, and the enduring struggle between order and chaos. Brandon Sanderson weaves a complex tapestry of steampunk innovation, intricate magical systems, and deeply personal character arcs, inviting readers to ponder the very nature of what it means to be human in a world where shadows can wear familiar faces. The novel excels in its nuanced portrayal of Waxillium Ladrian's internal conflict, forcing him to confront his past traumas and reconcile them with his present duties. It highlights the profound impact of loss and the unsettling realization that true villainy can sometimes stem from deep-seated pain and manipulation. The relentless plot, fueled by the enigmatic bleeder and the insidious machinations of the set, keeps readers on the edge of their seats, while the philosophical underpinnings regarding Kandra, hemallurgy, and the divine nature of harmony add layers of intellectual depth. Ultimately, Shadows of Self is a testament to Sanderson's unparalleled world building and his ability to craft compelling narratives that resonate long after the final page. It's a crucial stepping stone in the larger Mistborn saga, setting the stage for even grander conflicts and leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of modern fantasy.